Jessie, and this is the Knit Up and Dye podcast, episode 12, Early Christmas. I'm calling today's episode Early Christmas because I'm coming to you from brand new equipment. My husband gave me an early Christmas gift, thank you very much, John, where I have a brand new video camera, and I'm videoing today on it. I'm very excited about it, but I do want to hear your feedback. Please let me know if there's issues that we need to still balance out with lighting, color, sound. Your feedback helps every episode be better, and I greatly appreciate hearing from you folks. Thank you. That being said, I also want to thank all my new subscribers. I have had a huge jump in subscribers. Welcome, hello to all of you. It is honoring and flattering and exciting to see people subscribing to me on YouTube. I hope that I'm reaching people with information that they want and entertaining you at the same time. So please, if I am not, or if you have suggestions, or if you just want to say hello, feel free to message me here on YouTube or go to the Ravelry group. It is the Knit Up and Dye podcast group on Ravelry, and I have a thread there called This, That, and Some of Those. You're welcome to leave me messages there. Last week, I told you kind of a silly story and reached out to you folks and said, please share your stories with me as well. Carolyn in Wisconsin, thank you. I laughed until I cried. That was hysterical. I appreciate that you shared publicly, and yeah, I love you. Also, I received a number of stories more privately, and certainly I understand the need for privacy, the desire for privacy. Some stories can be very embarrassing. I'm not going to share any of those stories. If you message me privately, it's private. There was one story, however, that was a lesson to all, and without sharing any details, I do want to say I laughed until I cried. Thank you, and I've learned many things, and I am going to share a couple tips from this. If in fact you choose to knit yourself swimwear, color is important, fiber content is important, and you can sew elastic into your knit garments. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you for sharing. I don't think I gave too much away with those tips. Those of you with wild imaginations, I'm sure you can glue together a story that will amuse you. It was rich. Anyway, moving on. I love hearing from you guys. I love your stories. I love the feedback. Keep it coming. Thank you. So some of the feedback that I got was that you felt like you were chasing me around, that I'm in a bunch of different places. And I've made some changes to help with that. The first and most important change is I have consolidated my blogs. I had a blog for my Jessie Knits pattern designs, and I had a blog for my my Dye Monkey yarns. And with the podcast that kind of marries these two businesses together, I was posting in multiple places to let people with distinct tastes, and whether you wanted to be with my designs or you wanted to be with my yarns, I was trying to balance where to post things, and it became difficult for me, and I think it became difficult for you folks. I did get some feedback that you just didn't know where to look to find out what was going on. So with that feedback in mind, I have consolidated both of the blogs into a single Knit Up and Dye blog that features both Jessie Knits and the Dye Monkey yarns, and you can find that at dyemonkeyyarns.com. It'll take you right to the blog. The blog still has links at the top to my pattern shop as well as to the yarn shop. So everything will be in one place. It should be a lot easier. I know that I'm relieved that the suggestion was brought to me, because now I only have one place I have to go post everything, and I don't have to make decisions about where is the best place for you to find me. No changes to my email addresses, no changes to my Instagram account or my Pinterest account. Those will all stay the same. The information that I share on Instagram and on Pinterest is varied. It already is kind of mired together, so there shouldn't be any issues with merging. I didn't have multiple accounts in those places anyway. But this is an example that your feedback matters and it makes a difference. Thank you. My workflow is easier and I appreciate that. I have more time to do things like dye and design. I made some progress this week. I'm very excited to share. As many of you know, I've been working on a sweater. I am challenged with sweaters. I apparently cannot measure myself, nor can I find a pattern that fits and is comfortable, so I'm winging it. I am making a pattern that I refer to as 4 rectangles of success. This is a completely improvised pattern of my own genius, where I'm quite literally making a front, a back, and 2 sleeves. It is a drop shoulder. We're not doing fitted in. I hope to make it reversible so that I can have a high texture and a low texture side. I did complete the back. Last week I showed you I did about 7 inches of the front panel, and this week I had a lot of time during my knit breaks and I got a lot done. It's kind of a mess. It's all been squished in my bag and traveling with me. But I think I have probably 12 to 14 inches done. I'm very excited about it. And I've gone ahead and I have put in to take a little bit of time off this next week. I'm actually taking a long weekend and I am dedicating myself to knitting. I have time off and I'm very excited about it because I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try to knock out a huge chunk of this sweater. I'd like to have it available to me to wear in January. I'd like to kick off the new year with this accomplishment, with this sense that I completed this, or I would like to kick off the new year fixing this and making it right. Either way, my goal is to make a sweater that fits me, that's comfortable, that I love, and that I'll wear. And this will be a new accomplishment for me for sure. So, yay! This week I'm going to be doing a lot of knitting. When I'm avoiding my sweater knitting, it will be completely because I have a couple of sock designs kicking around that I have had in mind. I'm feeling just all the love for sock designs again. I'm excited about knitting socks, and I would like to start the test knits, my initial test knits on them. I am looking for test knitters as well. If you're just joining me, you are always welcome to contact me and volunteer to test knit. My regular test knitters, I love you guys. I couldn't do this without you. If you're not exhausted yet, if you don't already have other projects in mind and you're interested in starting to do some socks, I would love to talk to you about some socks. So there's possibly a new sock collection on the horizon, and I'm excited about that. So it's going to be a holiday full of yarny knitting fun. I can't wait. Sorry, hot tea, I'm drying up. Last week was also kind of a short and sweet episode because I was in the midst of dyeing new yarns and I have new colors to show you. This is just a start, but this is what's dry and ready to share. I have 2 yarns that'll be going up in the shop today that are on my Stellina base. The first one I'm going to show you is a deep purple with a bright iris kind of a shade. It is variegated, and like I said, it is on the Stellina base. This is a fingering weight yarn. I'm very excited about it. This is bright. I'm not sure how my colors are showing up on the new camera yet, but we'll see soon. This is a deep, dark eggplant. I also have on my Stellina base this really pretty purple. It's like galaxy purple. This is Stellina. It's got the silver sparkle in it. This is a tonal, and it ranges from very light all the way down to really deep purple. I think it's just beautiful. I'm very excited about that colorway. We'll see how much of that actually makes it out the door. I may just keep it all for myself. I also did some dyeing on my wool silk high twist single blend. The first one I'm going to show you is this refreshing green. I love this color. The green shades go from a early leaf in kind of a yellow tone, see if I can show you there, down to some deeper greens with a little bit of a blue undertone. It is very tonal, but it is a full spectral range of greens, from a yellow green to a blue green. There are not teal tones in here that I'm seeing, but it really, I am excited that I captured such a broad spectrum of greens. It's very leafy and refreshing, and I wouldn't call it bright, but it is a bright green. Not glowing, just vibrant. And last but not least, this is my favorite. I alluded to this last week when I was talking to you folks. I said that I was making a yellow color that I refer to as cheer. This is it. This yellow just makes me happy. It is again a tonal. It does have some light yellows in here, and it does go down to a deeper, more orange tonal. It's like a warm honey mustard color. I love it. I just think it makes it just makes me happy. It makes me happy. It's a color that makes me happy, and I'm kind of hoping that it works with my skin tone. I'm thinking I might need a cowl in this, just because it's such a beautiful pop of color that I'd like to share the happy with everyone. So feedback, folks. What do you think? Pretty cowl? Maybe, maybe not. And if it strikes you, if you'd like this to be your pretty cowl, it will be in the Etsy shop. Feel free to pop on over. In addition to the yarns being in the shop, I am giving you folks an early Christmas gift. It is not just Christmas, but it's also kind of a Happy New Year gift. For every yarn purchase from now until January 1st in my Etsy shop, you will receive a complimentary copy of my Fancy Footbags sock collection. It is a collection of 5 patterns. 3 are top down, I believe, and 2 of them are toe up. It is a variety of patterns. They are all Harry Potter inspired patterns. It is a $15 value. Like I said, any yarn purchase from my Etsy shop will receive this complimentary copy. The trick to that is, please leave me your preferred email address or your Ravelry ID so that I can deliver. So when you place your order, there is a section for a note. Just pop it there in the note. Or if you forget, feel free to message me and just let me know what you ordered so I can link it up with your order, and I'll get your pattern collection right out to you. Kick off the new year with socks. I love it. I'm feeling just all the love for socks. I have a new design in mind that is churning around in my head, and I have picked out yarn to knit it on in a lovely red, and I can't wait. I may have to cast that on today. I simply can't wait. So I think that's everything. I've shown you my sweater progress. I've told you, I've promised you that I'm going to work on it this week, and I showed you some of the new yarns. There's more yarn coming, and we have a wonderful kick off the new year special. Go buy yarn, get patterns for free, and thank you all. I hope you have just a wonderful holiday planned for yourselves. I will see you next week. Bye.